Does getting married necessarily mean you have to have sex? The girl received 180,000 yuan as bride price, but after 2 years of marriage, she still refuses to let her husband touch her.
感觉是你进入英国是不？法律规定的结婚就一定要发生关系吗？我又不是天天不吃它。
2 years ago, the boy met the girl through a friend's introduction. After dating for 6 months, the boy proposed, and the girl asked for 180,000 yuan as bride price. On their wedding night, the girl refused to have sex with the boy, citing feeling unwell. The next day, she still claimed to be unwell. On the third day, she asked for a separation, which lasted for 2 full years. This year, the boy reached his 30s, and his family couldn't wait to have grandchildren. Seeing that the girl stubbornly refused to cohabit, they urged the boy to try harder. In the end, the helpless boy sought assistance from a mediator.
还有过来过吗？你老婆？
没有，
一直都没来过。
对，
从开始到现在都是你一个人住。
对对对，
因为什么事情吵过吗？
没有吵过。
For 2 years of marriage, the girl has always found various excuses to refuse to come home. She once took over 10,000 yuan from the boy to rent a place for herself, and after that, she never contacted him. Now, she even refuses to appear for mediation. The boy's father is on the verge of exploding. The woman took 180,000 yuan as bride price, did nothing, and now refuses to mediate.
杨来，你这样你敢来不来？一句话，你不来我找你让人看个走。
The girl, who is the wife in this case, immediately greeted them with cold words upon meeting them, but repeatedly avoided explaining why they separated. After being pressed by the mediator, she finally revealed the reason.
应了说给他买房子，但是一直没有兑现承诺，是这样吗？
没有嘛，
啊？
没答应买房子。
没有答应买房子。
你答应过，你不要让你答应过咱们有房子吗？因为啥呢？
Both the husband and wife are from Changsha, and both have homes in the suburbs, so they don't lack housing. As for the fact that they've been married for 2 years and the wife has never allowed the husband to touch her, the girl, who received 180,000 yuan in bride price, said the following.
他有没有房子都无所谓，我们两个不讲平和，你懂？他就是我们两个根本就爱不到别人。我觉得他可能我们两个性格完全不合。
当时明知道你对他没有感觉，你为什么还要跟他结婚呢？
我跟他这是我们私下的协议啊。你问他了，我在车上讲了，我不会
协议啊？
是啊，我们私下的讲的。
那你们协议交易的是什么？
没交易什么，就是。
The girl told the mediator that she didn't have any feelings for this husband. At the time, she saw how persistent he was, so she agreed to marry him and conveniently accepted the 180,000 yuan in bride price. This is the boy's prepared wedding home, with brand new furniture. The boy's father sighed and told the mediator that in the 2 years of marriage, not once had the furniture been used, as if they spent 180,000 yuan to marry an airhead. There isn't a trace of the wife's life in this home.
我以为呢，盖在那呢，我就是盖在这里因为晓不了。中国一直我学会他都是拼分，晓不了。
The girl works at a district government office in Changsha, but she has never returned to this home. Yet, she used her position as the wife to ask for a lot of money from the family, using this money and the bride price. She even bought her father a car.
20多万的。
20多万，首付。
这个车是儿媳妇在开还是你儿子在开？
我儿子怎么碰到我婆婆？是他开，怎么是买的开？
When the boy first encountered this situation, he thought he had accidentally angered the girl, so he planned to follow her to her father's home, apologize, and ask for reconciliation, hoping they could sleep together. But when the girl found out, she didn't even return to her own family. Though she always avoids her husband, she frequently calls him for pocket money. That's when the boy's father started suspecting that this woman only married his honest son to deceive him. The boy works as a logistics manager at a university and earns a decent income. The next day, the mediator went to the girl's home, and as soon as they met, the girl's mother felt embarrassed. She said that the son-in-law was a good person, but her daughter wasn't a good girl.
这是你女婿是吧？你觉得他怎么样呢？对你们？他好。
我喜欢玩他，对你老实一点。
啊。
我喜欢到外面玩他。
喜欢玩一下是吧？
那他不玩作业。
他老实一些，你们对他还是很认可的了。
The mother said the girl is an only child and has been spoiled and indulged since childhood. Now, she's become spoiled. She dislikes the poverty of this family and has never returned to live here. Instead, she lives with her wealthy uncle. Over the past 2 years, no matter what has happened in the family, it was still her good son-in-law who came to help. They then went to the girl's uncle's house. The aunt told them that the girl was raised by her and even got married from her home. She had once persuaded the girl to return to her husband's home, but the girl refused stubbornly. Now the aunt has no way to intervene.
反正他们两个的事，他们说要怎么样怎么样，因为我们做叔叔婶婶到底还是隔了一层，是不是啊？他们27、8了，25、6了，他也30岁了。
On the way back, the boy revealed that on the first Christmas Eve of their marriage, the girl gave him an apple, which deeply touched him. Now, looking back, he still finds it sweet. Seeing his naive son, the father shook his head.
就是从认识到结婚这么久，就给我就是平安夜给我买了一个苹果，那次我也挺感动了，至少我相处这么久，给我买了一个苹果了，好看很好还是不很好？
什么意思啊？
我感觉就是我给他钱，他就对我好，就是这样。
The money the girl has asked from the boy's family over the past 2 years would have been enough for him to eat apples every day for the next decade. The girl still accuses the boy of procrastinating and not buying her a house. She claims that having a house is the foundation of a family and the premise of cultivating affection, and that she disliked this poor husband even before the marriage.
感情是2个人培养的。
那你觉得什么时候发现你跟他是培养不出来感情？这个房子在你心里就这么重要吗？
没地方住啊！我想要一个家，我错吗？我们是没感情的在一起的。你记住，一点啊，你们顺着我。婚前我都是很反感他的，婚后我
到这个程度吗？
对，婚前我都是很反感他的。
那你为什么会跟他结婚啊？
就是婚前，就是刚认识他的时候，我都是很反感。就是有一段时间交流以后，才觉得这个人可以老。
At this point, the boy's father said, "Since that's the case, just divorce. After all, you don't like him. Actually, my son has never even slept with you. Asking for the 180,000 yuan bride price back should be very reasonable." Upon hearing this, the girl immediately said she never considered divorce. As for why they don't sleep together, she argued that the law doesn't require couples to do so.
感觉是你进入运河是不？法律规定的结婚就一定要发生关系吗？我又不是天天不吃它，你要我什么？哦，我跟有钱人嘛点赞的，你要一个水就多了。我有些人我为愿意了喂，是吧？对吧？我干着了，感觉是你进入运河是不？
Later, after the mediator's efforts, the girl promised that as long as the boy bought a house, she would move in with him. As long as the boy doesn't argue, doesn't talk about feelings, and doesn't touch her, she wouldn't divorce and would live an honest life with him. The boy agreed. Seeing his son in such a pitiful state, the father had no choice but to leave. He no longer planned to interfere in this matter.
也可以，你摸着人喊，我在干事啊，有时候要我你的。
对，你要
不要管你了。
对，你让他自己做取消。
你自己做主，我操这些，你还处理。
少干点事，你要不记得，
不要管，
我记得开吧。
如果你真的是不理，以后也什么了，我不相信你了，你自己搞。
This story is thought-provoking and exposes many of the real dilemmas and emotional rifts in today's society. A marriage that should have been full of love and understanding has become distorted due to money, promises, and unequal expectations. The girl's indifference toward marriage and the helplessness of the boy's parents reveal the blind choices and forced commitments in marriage, ultimately turning what should have been a shared responsibility into a situation where both sides try to avoid accountability. In this marriage, we see not only the girl's selfishness and the boy's weakness, but also the differing understandings of marriage, responsibility, and emotion held by 2 generations. The girl craves material security but neglects emotional nurturing, while the boy is consumed by one-sided sacrifice, losing himself and unable to confront the difficulties of marriage. Meanwhile, both sets of parents have long been exhausted by their own pain. This story teaches us that marriage is not just a union of two people, but a contract between two hearts. Without sincere communication, mutual respect, and shared growth, no amount of bride price or property can fill the emptiness inside. It reminds us that while we pursue material things, we must not overlook the true emotional connection between one another. In the end, whether one chooses to stay or leave, each person must take responsibility for their own decisions. Whether heading toward divorce or continuing to live in silence and compromise, the key is whether we still have true happiness that belongs to us. Perhaps this is the most thought-provoking aspect of all marriage stories. What is your opinion on this couple? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section, and let's discuss this issue together. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us, and we will continue to provide better content for you. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.